Hey, welcome back to CanBo Greens with Dante. Hey, sorry for the late delay. It's been a while. Sorry for the delay and the absence of Deneen. We've been so busy with like life, family stuff. I didn't realize that we was gonna get so boggled with so much stuff going on. This weekend was pretty great. Spent some time with my kids on June 19th, talking to Universal Studios. Had a good time. They were scared as hell though. At the end, they were all pissed off at me because we went to the Revenge of the Mummy. It was like one of the best ones, and I saved that for last. And it was pretty cool. They was scared as hell. My middle daughter, she about fainted. My wife, she was mad and upset, and her back hurt, and it was pretty it was a good time though. Went to Tampa, saw some family. Went to Jacksonville as well, saw some family, and we made our way back home. After that, I've been moving and grooving, trying to get other things done as well. But hey, we're back. Try to push out. Go ahead and do this second episode as soon as possible, without any more delay, because I just didn't want to keep holding off too long before we did this next episode. Because next week I want to go ahead and launch the third episode, which Deneen will be back. So just forgive us for the process that we're going through, but we're gonna make it work. Definitely gonna make it work. So, like I always say, the first section of the day is always going to be the shout outs. List gonna be pretty short today. Got two pretty important people I want to shout out, as well as the first thing I want to notarize and acknowledge is I had created a Mindless Maturity Nation on Facebook. It's going to be a community where you can post, put videos, explain some topics, present information, ask questions, have live feed, live chats. I'm always going to try to post questions and bring up things for people to think about, but not always have an answer, but bring questions so you'll take time to think about. Because we need to start creating more dialogues for us to talk about, to educate each other. A lot of us, the system kind of designing us to not think but be distracted. But the goal is for us to be in sync and to learn how to enlighten and educate each other. So, like I said, I'm trying to create platforms so we can have more intellectual discussions. Um, First shout out today is going to be um we're gonna do Justin's Poe. She hooked me up with a lovely painting. I posted it on Facebook. It's the crown. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the love. I always like to support my young people, especially the ones that got that young vision. So definitely check her out on Facebook, Justice Poe. Uh, Below the video, it have her name, so you want to look up, you want to make a request. Please support that young lady. Support her vision, support her talent. Definitely check her out. My second shout out is going to be Tamika Franklin. She's actually in Birmingham, Alabama. Another intelligent young black woman. She got a business called Paper and More Creations. It's a LLC. It's a customized invitations and sanctuary design company, servicing luxury, wedding, and modern social and corporate events. You can also catch on Instagram at Paper and More Recreation LLC. All this is one word. Once again, all the information is going to be below the video. So her website is also going to be www.paperandmore creations.com. Check it out as well. All the information is going to be at the bottom. Definitely check that queen out as well. Support these two people in Birmingham. Justice, she's in Florida near like Clearwater. But hey, stuff can be mail, shipped. Hey, don't nothing has to be local. We can branch it as far as we can. And finally, my man Demario Gooch, part of Mindless Maturity. He got a show coming out. We're launching it July the 3rd. It's called Goochin it, where we're going to have a lot of discussions, a lot of proactive, where we'll have other people join the stream and discuss their point of views. We're not looking for yes people. We're looking for smart people that has a different mindset, but it makes sense as well. So hey, definitely look out for that one, July the 3rd, Gucci Net. So, but today the topic is going to be cannabis. If you notice, the topic it's called "Dude, Where Is My CBD?" With cannabis, it's a lot of the reputation of cannabis used to be bad, but it's starting to get a little bit more clarified throughout the community, throughout the nation. It's getting a little bit more popular. A lot of people kind of know just the surface of cannabis, but they really don't know the meat and grits about a lot of things as well. The first section is going to be the misunderstanding of it. A lot of people still kind of like, is it legal? Is it illegal? This and this and that. Well, for like I said, for CBD, the Agricultural Improvement Act of 2018 legalized it. As long as it is 0.03% THC, it is a legal substance. Which, for its Mindless Maturity, all our products is 100% legal. You ain't gotta worry about failing a drug test, because that's another thing a lot of people worry about. But we gotta understand the misconception is not legal. It is legal. You will pass a drug test, you'll be fine. So don't worry, don't stress about it. Another thing, people always have the weird misunderstanding that is only for sick people, which true, yes, it does help with people that has cancer. It actually try to reduce the chance of having cancer. It actually fights off the dead cancer cells as well. It is a very beneficial substance when it comes to people that are sick as well. But for people like that has sleeping disorders, or if you have PTSD, or you have stress, is also another great recommendation for it as well. For people, you don't gotta be sick, but you can have other things going on as well besides being like chronically ill and things in that nature. You can still take this stuff. With that being said, the next thing that I always have people have questions, understanding, misunderstandings of. It takes a long time, and one of the scenarios I always tell people is you got to focus. It's about your receptors. Everybody got different receptors in their bodies that picks up things a little bit faster. Your body might be sensitive to certain things, so you're able to pick it up a little bit faster. And it's also about how you consume it. If you consume it as a supplement, true enough, yeah, it does take about 3 to 4 weeks for you to actually see the full benefits of how it works. So understand the benefit doesn't hit me. It's just like eating carrots or eating broccoli or any kind of vegetable or fruit. You don't always get that immediate impact. It takes time. And with that being said, sometimes it don't take time. Like if you have like tantric oils, and if you put it under your tongue, if you drop it under your tongue, you let it sit with your head back, you kind of hit the nerve senses and hit the body a little bit faster than you actually eating it and digesting it. It has different times of high time frames. It can be 30 minutes, it can be less. That's even if you like have oils and you drop it in your tea or your coffee, because you can drop CBD in your tea and coffee, which it doesn't have the fastest effect as a tantric oil, but it does have effect. It can hit around 30 minutes to an hour. But understand, it's not THC, so some cases it doesn't hit like immediately. It doesn't have that strong impact. So it's all about how you take it, how you digest, and how you consume it. It's very important. You don't always have to smoke it. So you have your things, your edibles, your oils that you can consume it multiple ways. Also, with that being said, also you gotta be careful about how because you can give this stuff to your animals. You have what you got like doggy bones or doggy bites that they can give. They can consume the THC, or you can give it to them with droplets. If you have a dog that's easily to deal with drops, mine is pretty stubborn, so I have to give her doggy bites. I can't necessarily give it to her with the drops, she'll like look at me crazy. Even if I drop it in her water, she will not drink the water. So doggy bites, if you look for CBD doggy bites, those are very great to use as well. So the next thing is the unknown truths about CBD. CBD is not. It's something that people kind of I tend to be cautious about. Even when I tell them, hey, I have my mom taking it. I have this person taking it. Shoot, I even have my oldest daughter taking it with her anxiety and stuff. Shoot, I have, to be honest with you, I actually have my kids taking CBD before I actually have my kids taking Tylenol, Excedrin, and Advil, and all the other stuff, because I know the natural effects that CBD does versus what those manufacturing products that we artificially make. They actually do a little bit more damage, and we will discuss that on other shows. The details versus CBD and prescription medicines, and the benefits and the pros and the cons on each end. Which there's not that many cons when it comes to the CBD. And with the unknown truths, CBD is not only found in hemp, but it is found in marijuana. So last episode when I discussed the indigo, which is mostly marijuana classification, in that class, it doesn't have a very high amount of CBD, but CBD is in marijuana as well as hemp. Hemp has a higher contents of CBD. That's why it's classified as is not indigo. It's actually a sativa type classification. So sativa is where your content of CBD is a little bit higher. So that's why the classifications are a little bit different. But they do have a little bit of both in them. It's just the classifications of the amount that is in the substance. With that being said, another thing is the CBD is actually a psychoactive substance, which is classified as a non-psychoactive substance. And some people say, well, it's psychoactive. Psychoactive is pretty much when we talk about the THC, where it gives you that high, that feel, that cloud nine buzz, where CBD can kind of do that, but it more calms you down. So it does interact with the feel and your emotions, but not on a scale of how THC affect your psychoactive, because it can mellow you out. It can make you go to sleep. So when it does affect you in a psychoactive way, it's weird that they classify non-psychoactive, because I guess that's the way they try to minimize the cautions between THC and CBD. But it affects it, but it affects in a way that is not as, where if you take THC, you just kind of can lose track of what you need to do without your day, and you kind of be at a stalemate. With THC, you don't. I can take that stuff and get so much done throughout my day, and keep it moving. And when I get home, I get some great sleep without no interruptions, because the substance is in me, but it actually mellows me out to a point where I'm still fully alert, fully functional. Next, you got CBD is beneficial even if you're healthy. So CBD is not only for people that got something wrong. You don't even really have to have nothing wrong. You can have a clean bill of health. But guess what? People still eat vegetables. Regardless of how good you are, even if you drink a lot of water, you don't stop drinking water. You drink water, you drink vitamin water, drink your tea. You do a lot of things for preventive measures. So regardless of how healthy you are, how in bill of in shape you are, CBD is still good for healthy people. It provides vitamins, and especially in their oils. The oils are awesome. I love the tenticle oils, and I love, even if you cook it, this is why you actually can use the oils in your food. If you cooking zucchini or squash, or you're doing potatoes, or even you're doing grilled chicken, I even put my oils in and put a little bit in that as well. Great way, great source of proteins in the oils, great source of vitamins, minerals. I mean, it'll blow your mind how beneficial and how resourceful CBD can be on a day to day basis. So definitely, we got a little more out of the box of how we go at things and not be so one dimensional about using um, vegetable oil or canola oil, because this is going to tie back to my next topic uh, later on, which is going to be the extractions when it comes to olive oil. But I use a lot of olive oil, so please think about olive oils, CBD. It's a great source of cooking. So the next section I want to discuss is we are still asleep, and what I mean by we're still asleep, we're still taking medications that are like killing us slowly. We still are trying to fight the whole entire shift of how to make ourselves better on the inside, healing our insides. We'll pop a Tylenol heartbeat, we'll pop a Cedrin or Advil, and we're not trying to do the research. We're not trying to take the time to learn things because we're so brainwashed and so safegated in what people has told us without us taking the time to really learn what is really good for us. You got to filter out and understand what you listen to, what you think about, what you see, and what you digest. So definitely try to take the time to learn what you're digesting, because a lot of people out here, we taking all these mess and all these painkillers, the opioids, and all these things that can lead us to be addicted. And as soon as you say cannabis or this or that, people are like, I don't do that. But Friday, Saturday night, you drinking a Bud Light, or you drinking a Heineken, or you drinking this, you drinking that. But you shake your head on cannabis, which I've never heard of nobody overdosing on cannabis. But I've heard a lot of people overdose spitting blood off of alcohol and too much drinking this and drinking that. But we shade on this, but this stuff don't kill us. But we'll drink this and drink that and do this in a heartbeat, as if, okay, just because they say it's legal, okay, it's okay for me to do it. It's like, come on, man. Like, we gotta wake up and understand that certain things that we're positions we're put in, it's a setup. But a lot of us is still falling for what you call that mousetrap. We still keep running to that damn cheese and keep getting caught. So we gotta wake up and stop trying to bite that damn cheese. Go the other route. Find something else to eat on. So, man, let's wake up, people. Let's wake up a little bit on that one. That's why I say we're still asleep, because I still see it every day where we just keep falling for the trap. Research and learn the stuff that we're digesting and we're taking every day, especially for medication. Heal yourself. Don't put a band aid. Now, back to the extractions, where we discussed earlier about the CBD oils that you use to cook that make taste better. Another way that you can extract CBD is with olive oil. I love olive oil. It's one of the oldest methods that they extract CBD out of. When you want to extract it from from marijuana or from hemp, you can extract it. It's actually the safest and the simplest and the funnest way really to extract the CBD. Because like I said, if you cooking greens, collard greens, zucchini, squash, anything in that lane, it's a great way to get that CBD out of them plants and eat healthy at the same time. And have fun with it. Get creative with it. Find different other recipes you can use the olive oil for. Should put on your French fries, potatoes, anything. You'll be surprised how actually the taste and the flavor is actually pretty good. You can also do a solvent like ethylene, propane, other alcohols. It's cheap. I ain't gonna lie. It's a cheap way. I see a lot of people doing, especially in the West Coast. They'll definitely use alcohol in a heartbeat when it comes to using that. Now that's another way where a lot of people are now currently making a lot of money off of hand sanitizers that did sell or extract CBD. Is an easy conversion to selling hand sanitizer because hey, both things are using the same product of different solvents to make CBD, extract CBD from hemp, and make hand sanitizers using alcohols. But another thing about it is this, man, it's dangerous. It's definitely dangerous. So we gotta realize that it's the pros and cons if you want to do cheap. You want to do cheap, you're gonna take some high risk. So so far, the best look would be the olive oil if you're trying to save some money. Now, if you got the money, if you got it like that, and you want that quality, and you want a high production, you want your stuff extremely potent, you want to go with the CO2 extractions. It's also called the superficial extraction, where it's using like a closed loop extraction of a machine, and it goes through a cycle of different multiple levels of extracting and breaking down the CBD out of the hemp or the marijuana. It's breaking it down, and it's an advanced technology. The machine that they use for is extremely expensive. I saw one. The cost was like $23,000, but the quality, you're definitely going to get the quality. You're definitely going to get the bang out of your buck for wet people. And I've talked to a lot of manufacturers that are really um, making a lot of money from their quality of their product. They're using this the superficial CO2 extraction. They're definitely using that if you want to get a great, strong, high concentration of the product. So with those three, recommend the superficial. But if you ain't got the money, olive oil is the way to go. Also, I talked about it last episode. Mindless Maturity, we are in the edible business as well. We've been cooking, doing a lot of brownies. We've been doing the Rice Krispy slash Fruity Pebbles treats, and we also doing Jell-Os in the 4-ounce bottles, and we also are going to definitely get into the gummy bears. The gummy bears were a little challenging earlier because they got real soft and sticky. So it was like, hey, we're gonna do gummy bear, we're gonna do Jell-O first, see how y'all take with the Jell-O. To me, I feel like it makes more sense to do Jell-O because you actually get more bang for your buck, and it lasts a whole lot longer. And trust me, it actually dissolves, and you can. It's more of an easier impact, just like the oil, because it's gonna be straight to the point. So edibles, flowers, oils, we're selling it. So definitely look out for that. Definitely look out if you want some requests, you want a sample. Um, Especially the local people, Savannah, Hinesville, Midway, Little Wissy. I recommend I can only send like samples and stuff like that to y'all when it comes to melon wise, because that stuff has to be refrigerated. Because like I said, my stuff don't have no preservatives; it's all natural. So if you definitely want to check it out, get with me. Send me an email, catch me on Facebook, catch me on Instagram on Mindless Maturity, and we'll get it to you. Final thoughts. Final thoughts is a lot of things that has been happening over the past couple of weeks and the past couple of months with um, with all the back and forth with police brutality and things like that, and the protests. And we gotta understand that for me, I always discussed and preached on understanding self awareness of the placement of where we're at as people, um, and understand where our place should be as Black people. Um, I've always discussed with everybody working together, working together, creating our own resources, creating our own avenues, stop complaining, but plan, strategize, communicate with one another, and find a solution to the problems. To me personally, protesting is good but it's not good if you don't have a plan after the protest. Have a plan after the protest. Have a game plan of what we're going to do to resolve the issues that are going on after we make our statement, after we make our point, after we put our foot down of what we mean and how serious we are about it. Once we put our foot down and we stand on what we mean and feel, now it's time to have a plan on how to execute and make sure what we say and what we need is implemented in our society for us to achieve what we need and what we want. Not to continue doing a protest and another protest and another protest. Because while we're doing all the protesting, the other opposition is planning, plotting, preparing, having a contingency plan in place if that plan don't work. So let's plan, let's talk, let's discuss, let's have it, let's get it, let's gain, and let's grow. This is CanBo Greens, episode 2. I'm out.